Congratulations and welcome to your brand new hot tub. In the three-part video series that we've asked you to watch, we're going to go over the 3 key things on how to maintain this beautiful new investment in relaxation. Today's video, we're going to talk about regular routine care because it's the most important thing. Video 2 is going to be how to read and understand a printout when we send you your water test results. And video 3 is the top 10 spa tips, the top 10 things we forget to tell you. So let's just jump right into video 1, shall we? This is how to take care of your brand new spa. Now that the installation team has been out and you have delightful, warm, bubbly water, this is how you're going to keep it safe and inviting and comfortable all the time. The most important thing to be doing on a regular basis is testing. There's different ways of testing your spa. Some people use a traditional drop-style test kit. This is really good if you find test strips hard to read, because the best testing method is one that's accurate. I, however, prefer test strips because they show me more stuff. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate with today. If you'd like a demonstration on how to use a drop-style test kit, when you bring a water sample into the water lab, just ask and we can show you how to do that. So step 1, pop the top. Step 2, take your water test strip out and don't forget to close the lid or you will end up with a plethora of strips in your spa. You're just going to give it a quick dip, 1-2 seconds, take it out and let it lie flat for about 15 or 20 seconds. I always like to look at my strips while they're developing because if I have sometimes a sanitizer level that might be a little high, you'll see some discoloration and some bleaching starting to happen. In this particular situation, we're all good. So then, come closer, come closer. I don't bite unless you ask. Come on in. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna compare the color on our test strip to the strip that I just dipped. Hold the long end towards the bottom of your container and then just roll your colors across the top. The top one is for calcium hardness. Just bring water samples into the water lab on a monthly basis and you don't have to worry about that one. The next is bromine and the third down is chlorine. Some people use chlorine, some people use bromine. Both are equivalently fantastic and we'll talk a little bit more about those shortly. But right now, this particular spa is a chlorine spa, and so we're just gonna slide this color along, looking at this pad right here, and try to see what depth of color most matches. So in this particular situation, we're right at the top. We're at a number 10. That just means that we have more tablets in than we do bodies. So that means we should have a nice big party and use that up a little. pH and alkalinity are next down here. Take a quick look and compare the colors. If anything looks not ideal, feel free to bring water samples into our water lab for professional analysis, or even just take a picture of this test strip with your phone. Email us at watercare@aquatech.ca and we can be super helpful on what to do with this valuable test information now that you have it. So as I mentioned briefly before, chlorine or bromine are the 2 ways to safely and effectively sanitize your hot tub. Chlorine is the most easy to use. Bromine is best for people who have radical pH change. So it really depends on your water type, and we'll select the correct sanitizer for you to start off with. If you use the tub for a while and want to try to change sanitizers, just let us in the water lab know, and we'll show you how to do that. That segues over to, how do we sanitize the hot tub? That's a great question. I'm so glad you asked. So, depending on the spa that you have, some people will have a floater that bobs around that you'll put tablets in, and your installation team will tell you all about that. Many spas have a built-in area for that sanitizer. So the real key is to add as many or as few tablets as it takes to keep your chlorine or your bromine, your sanitizer level, reading 3 to 5 parts per million all the time. In this particular spa, when you lift up the door and flip this lid towards the spa, your tablets go right in here. So you would probably be adding 2 or 3 tablets 2 or 3 times a week, depending on your water volume, your temperature, and your usage. If your sanitizer levels are too low, it means add more tablets more often. If they're too high, like ours, make sure that you go naked for a couple of days, which you'll see we were empty right in there. But your tablets, just go right in there, as often or as little as you need, based on your water testing residual, how much sanitizer is in your water on your test kit. Other than that, the next most important thing is filtration. Most mechanical and chemical challenges are actually going right down to your filter and its operation. So your filter is located right in yay. There's a couple of kinds of filters. Your installation team will show you how to remove that filter if you like, but it's really just undo a nut, lift it up, and hose it off. Important to hose it off every week or 2, and then really look at your filter and the condition that it's in. So let's just move back a little bit, and I'm going to show you a couple different kinds of filters that your hot tub might have. So some people have a 1-part filter that's really just a pleated style filter. And this catches all the little organic-y bits of goo, cosmetics, perspiration, body oils, dust, the occasional bug that might get into the hot tub. Some filters are a 2-part filter. So they have the outer pleated filter and then an inner core that really polishes and cuts down on how much chemicals you'll use because they remove many more particles, so your chemicals don't have to work as hard. So an inner core and outer filter is one kind. Or, looks like a little donut, can go on top and then the pleated filter's underneath. Every 4 to 6 weeks, it's important to use Filter Bright or a chemical cleaner in a pail of water and soak your pleated filter about once a month. Soak it overnight, rinse it off the next day. This removes the oils and greases, the things that don't come off with a regular week-to-week rinse. If you have a microclean filter, these do not get chemically cleaned. They do not get hosed off. They get used and enjoyed and completely tossed away. This filter will last most people between 1 and 3 months, depending on your usage and chemical care. This is more of a 2 to 4 month replacement. If you ever have a flow error or cloudy water, double check the filter cycles of your hot tub and make sure that your filter and your pump are moving that water often enough. Number 1 cause of mechanical challenge is really filtration. All right, other than that, what do I do? Perfect. Pick a day of the week that's hot tub day. So Saturday, Sunday, whatever day you're relaxed and using the hot tub. You're gonna do a quick test so you can see what your sanitizer level is like and determine how many tablets you're gonna be putting in either to your floater or your little dispenser. Once you've determined your tablet dosage, then it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. We call on our friend, the Trio Kit. In this kit, there are 3 components. The first one, we put in at fresh fill. This is a bunch of water softening agents, scale prevention agents, clarifiers, enzymes that help you use less synthetic chemicals, and that starts off your water, and we're gonna do that right away. Other than that, you put in a weekly pouch once a week, and this tops up those enzymes, scale preventers, and softening agents. Once you've used all of the pouches in your Trio Kit, that means 3 months have gone by. Every 3 months, it's important to drain and refill your spa completely. So you will put in a plumbing cleaner to clean the pipes, run that for 15 minutes, drain the spa, fill it, and start again. Well, what happens if it's -30 outside? That's a really great question. If you're running your spa 12 months a year, it's important to do a drain and refill late October, early November based on the weather. That gets us through till Festival du Voyageur happens, and you can normally do a drain and refill because our weather tends to be fairly warm. But if it is not, if we're having one of those traditional Manitoba winters where you can't drain and refill your hot tub every 3 months, do not fear. Once all your number 2s are gone and you're due for a drain and refill, don't put your plumbing cleaner in. Put it off to the side, stick it on the shelf. But get your new Trio Kit and add a new number 1 pouch to your existing water. This pouch of enzymes and scale prevention is only lasting for 3 months in your water. But we can certainly reapply it and give us 6 months of worry-free water care. And then we'll do a drain and refill in the spring with 2 pouches of your plumbing cleaner because this only cleans 3 months worth of stuff. If you have any questions about this, just ask us in the water lab. We're happy to go over it with you. So, your tub is delivered. It is freshly filled. Now what do I do? Great question. So number 1, you're gonna test your water with your test strips and you're gonna see what your sanitizer level is like. When you freshly fill, your sanitizer level will probably be 0 because there's nothing in that water. So you are going to grab some granular chlorine or bromine, if you're using bromine, and you're gonna add some, really a bank account. You're gonna start off your bank account of sanitizer. Just check on the back with your, for your water volume, but most people it's a couple of teaspoons. So you'll put a couple teaspoons of granular sanitizer into the spa. We know our sanitizer, this one's good, so we're not gonna do that right now. You're going to put your tablets into your dispenser to maintain that bank account that you just established. And now we're gonna prep the spa for 3 months of worry-free care. So you grab your number 1 pouch in your beautifully freshly filled spa, you pop the top. Whenever adding product to the hot tub, it's important to run your jets, even just on low speed for a short period of time. So you go to your little control panel, you turn some jets on, and you give it a little sprinkle. Just like feeding the chickens, I tell ya. So your number 1 pouch is in. You've just loaded your spa full of scale prevention and enzymes. You're gonna add a number 2 pouch to oxidize wastes and get everything ready to go. Run your jets for about a 20-minute cycle, if you be so kind. We're not gonna do that, so we can still talk. So after that 20-minute cycle is over, use and enjoy the hot tub. Have a really great time. The next step is to bring a water sample into the water lab for a water balancing analysis. This is like the house. Water balance is like the foundation of the house. If you build a solid foundation, your house is gonna be worry-free. So once you've had your number 1 and number 2 in there for at least 24 hours, even up to 4 or 5 days, and you can use the tub and enjoy it the whole time, bring in 500 mils of water for a water balance analysis. Hey, you know what? Video 2 is what to do when you have that balancing analysis done. Thanks so much for listening. Refer back to this video as much as you like. And if you ever have questions about your spa, please feel free to reach out anytime. Either findmyanswers.ca for anything do-it-yourself technical, or watercare@aqua-tech.ca is our email. Happy hot tubbing!